Good morning to all my students. Today we will read scarcity definition, which is given by Professor Lionel Robbins. This definition, otherwise also known as choice definition, and here Robbins also considered as the modern economist. All of us know that he is an English economist. He has written a book whose name is An Essay on Nature and Significance of Economic Science in 1932. In this very book, he has defined economics is the science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. Here we find that Robbins has given the definition which is totally different from the other economists. Here we find certain new things that ends and scarce means. The other economists have talked a lot regarding different concepts, but nobody has touched the relevant concepts like your ends, which is related with the human behavior, and scarce means, which is naturally limited in quantity. जदि देखिबा एई संज्ञाटी जोडाकू स्कैरसिटी डेफिनेशन कहूचु ओडिया रे हला दुष्प्राप्यता संज्ञा एई संज्ञा को जने इंग्लिश इकोनॉमिस्ट प्रसिद्ध अर्थनीतिज्ञ लियोनेल रॉबिन्स देइछंती 1932 मसीहा रे से एक पुस्तक रचना करथिले से पुस्तकर ना होउची अर्थनीति विज्ञानर प्रकृति और तात्पर्य संबंधी एही पुस्तक रे सीए अर्थनीतिर संज्ञा को भी लिखिछंती तांको भाषा रे असीम भाव और विकल्प व्यवहार युक्त ससीम संबल मध्य रे थिबा संपर्क परिप्रेक्षी रे मानविक आचरण अध्ययन करुथिबा विज्ञान ही अर्थशास्त्र। बहुत अर्थनीतिज्ञ बहुत प्रकार संज्ञा देइछंती किंतु रॉबिन्स तांको संज्ञा रे जो सीमित संबल विकल्प व्यवहार एवं मनीषर अभाव जो असीम ए विशेष कथा किछि वर्णना करिछंती जोंथि पाई तांको संज्ञाटी सर्वादृत होईछि बा एको समस्ते ग्रहण करिछंती एवं एई संज्ञा रे किछि गुड़िए विशिष्ट कथा कहिथिबारु संज्ञाटी अति उत्तम बोली भी परिचित होईछि। Here you find that certain concepts this definition implies and which are very important in our economic analysis. If we go through the different concepts of economics, we must find that whatever definition given by Professor Lionel Robbins is most important, and he has pointed out the certain things which are basic concepts of economic analysis. Let us see what the definition implies and what are the basic propositions of this definition. The first one is your unlimited ends. Here ends means human wants. And we know that human wants are always unlimited. If one want is satisfied, another crops up in its place. It means that if one want is satisfied immediately, another want just takes place. And you know that always we have some wants. And always we need something. If we purchase one thing just to satisfy one want, then just next time we have to decide what I have to or you have to purchase for your next want. So if this continues in your life, and this is the fundamental problem or fundamental concept of economic life. Since one person cannot satisfy all wants at a time, because we know that everybody has a limited income. And it is not possible to satisfy all the wants at a time. For this reason, he has to make a choice. Which one is most urgent and which one to be satisfied immediately? Then regarding the urgency or necessity of the want, he satisfies that particular want. So human wants are unlimited by nature. जदि आमे देखिबा रबिन्स को संज्ञा अनुसार मानवर अभाव असीम. सब बेले देखिबो जदि गोटिए अभाव पूरण हो जाउची संगे संगे आउ गोटे अभाव से जगह सृष्टि हो जाउची. काहेकि ना जेहेतु व्यक्तिर सीमित आय से सीमित आय भितरे सबु जाक अभाव गोटिए समय पूरण करिबा केबे संभव होई न थाए. से गोटिए अभाव को पूर्ण करि सारी तापर आउ गोटिए अभाव कथा चिंता करि थाए. सेथि पई कोन करे से ए सब अभाव मानक मध्यरे चयन करे कोन को अभावटी को से आग पूर्ण करिवो बा को अभावर गुरुत्व आग अछि बा कोटा ता पई जरूरी अटे वर्तमान परिस्थिति रे से ताकू नै कि तार अभाव पूर्ण करथाय. आ सेई अभावटी को पूर्ण कला परे परवर्ती जो अभाव गुडी को रही गला पुनी चिंता करे ता मध्यनु कोठी गुरुत्वपूर्ण पर मुहूर्त रे पुनी ताकू पूर्ण करिवो. तेनु अभाव मनुष्यर सब बेले असीम. सीमित आय को नै कि ता अभाव केबे भी कोन ही पारुनी पूर्ण ही पारु नाही. हैला ये हला फर्स्ट वन. नेक्स्ट वन इज योर स्कार्स मीन्स. The most important element is scarce means. Since human wants are always unlimited, but resources at his disposal to satisfy his wants are always also limited. The resources may be money, energy, time, or human resources, etc. Whatever it may be, but it is scarce in nature. Since it is scarce in nature, so problem is there. आमे जो कहूचु नेक्स्ट एलिमेंट कथा सेला सीमित संबल. आमे जानिलु कोन मानवर अभाव असीम. आ से गोटिए समय रे केवल गोटिए अभाव को ही पूर्ण करि परिबो कारण तार संबल होउची सीमित. संबल कहिले अर्थ को बुझी पारे, समय को बुझी पारे, शक्ति को बुझी पारे, द्रव्य बा सेवा इत्यादि को बुझी पारे जहा के सबु बेले सीमित अभाव थाए. अन्य अर्थ रे कहिबा गले यार जोगान सीमित बा अकॉर्डिंग टू डिमांड इट्स सप्लाई इज वेरी लिमिटेड. दैट्स व्हाई इकोनॉमिक प्रॉब्लम्स अराइजेस. And one thing you remember, if these resources are unlimited, no doubt there will be no economic problems. There will be, you can say, all wants will be satisfied at a time. Nobody will be in problem. Nobody will feel that I have no money to satisfy my wants. There will be no choice. There will be, you can say, nobody has to decide which one to be satisfied first. So no problem will arise. प्रकृति यदि सीमित ସମ୍ବଳ ନଥାନ୍ତା, ଇଏ ଅସୀମିତ ହେଇଥାନ୍ତା, ତାହେଲେ ସବୁ ଯାକ ସମସ୍ୟାର ସମାଧାନ ସେଇଠି ହେଇଯାଇଥାନ୍ତା। ସମସ୍ତ ଅଭାବ ପୂରଣ ହେଇଯାଆନ୍ତା। ଆମକୁ ଆଉ ଭାବିବାକୁ ପଡନ୍ତା ନାହିଁ ଯେ କୋଉ ଅଭାବଟିକୁ ଆମେ ପ୍ରଥମେ ପୂରଣ କରିବା ବା କୋଉଟାକୁ ଗୋଟେ ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱ ଦେବା, ଏସବୁ ସମସ୍ୟା ଆସନ୍ତା ନାହିଁ। ବା ଅର୍ଥନୈତିକ ସମସ୍ୟା କହିଲେ କିଛି ସମସ୍ୟା ଦେଖାଯାଆନ୍ତା ନାହିଁ ଯଦି ସମ୍ବଳଟା ଅସୀମିତ ହୁଅନ୍ତା। କିନ୍ତୁ ଏଠି ଆମେ କଣ କହୁଛୁ? ସୀମିତ ସମ୍ବଳ, ଯୋଉଠିକି ଆମର ଅଭାବ ଅସୀମ, ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ କିଛି ନା କିଛି ସମସ୍ୟା ଦେଖାଦେବ। Third one implies your alternative uses. This is the most important part of the definition. Accordingly, we know that scarce means, and it has to be used alternatively. For example, take land, which can be used for growth of corn and vegetables or different types of seeds. And it can also be used for building houses and different types of productive activities also. It is a great part to help in the production process. So here we can say that the particular land can be used for several purposes, or alternatively it can be used. For example, take a 50 rupee note. Suppose it is used for visiting a picture or purchasing some snacks or for fulfilling our some other wants. Since there is scarcity, we cannot satisfy all our wants. So we have to make a choice here also to satisfy a particular want. And we have only 50 rupee note. And with that much of money, which is available or what is available to us, we have to decide. Then we have to make a choice from it. Then we can use it or consume it. It implies alternative uses. So ଯଦି ଆମେ କହିବାକୁ ଯାଉଛୁ ସମ୍ବଳର ବିକଳ୍ପ ବ୍ୟବହାର, ଯୋଉ ସୀମିତ ସମ୍ବଳ ଅଛି, ରବିନ୍ସଙ୍କ ସଂଜ୍ଞା ଅନୁସାରେ ଏଇଟା ହେଉଛି ତୃତୀୟ ଉପାଦାନ, ତାର ଅଲଗା ଅଲଗା ବ୍ୟବହାର ମଧ୍ୟ ଅଛି। ଉଦାହରଣ ସ୍ୱରୂପ ଆମେ ଭୂମିକୁ ଯଦି ନେବା, ଏ ଶସ୍ୟ ପରିବା ଚାଷ ଏସବୁ ପାଇଁ ବ୍ୟବହାର କରାଯାଏ। ପୁଣି ଗୃହ ନିର୍ମାଣ ପାଇଁ, ତମର ସ୍କୁଲ କଲେଜ ତିଆରି ପାଇଁ, ଖେଳ ପଡ଼ିଆ ପାଇଁ, ଏମିତି ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାରରେ ଆମର ଭୂମିଟି ଉପଯୋଗ ହେଇଥାଏ। ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଏକ୍ଜାମ୍ପଲ ନିଅ, 50 ଟଙ୍କିଆ ନୋଟ ଯଦି ତମ ପାଖରେ ଅଛି, ତମେ କଣ କରିବ? ଫିଲ୍ମ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ଯାଇପାରିବ, କିଛି ସ୍ନାକ୍ସ କିଣି ଖାଇପାରିବ, କିଛି କୋଲ୍ଡ ଡ୍ରିଙ୍କସ କିଣିକି ବି ପିଇ ପାରିବ, ପେଟିସ୍, ପିଜ୍ଜା, ବର୍ଗର, whatever you want, you can purchase with it. But you have to make just a choice. You cannot purchase all these things at a time, what I told you. So you have to decide which one you will take. ତେଣୁକରି ସମ୍ବଳର ବିକଳ୍ପ ବ୍ୟବହାର ବି ଅଛି। କିନ୍ତୁ এই ବିକଳ୍ପ ବ୍ୟବହାର କଣ କରେ? ଅର୍ଥନୈତିକ ସମସ୍ୟାକୁ ଆହୁରି ତୀବ୍ରତର କରିଥାଏ। କାହିଁକି ନା ସ୍ୱଳ୍ପ ସମ୍ବଳକୁ ବିକଳ୍ପ ବ୍ୟବହାର କରିବା, ଅଲ୍ଟରନେଟିଭଲି ୟୁଜ୍ କରିବା, ଇଏ ବି ଗୋଟେ ବଡ଼ ସମସ୍ୟା। Then we come to the fourth one, which implies gradation of wants. It is also basic element of Robbins' definition. Since our wants are unlimited, there is scarce means or scarce resources, you can say, then we want to satisfy our unlimited wants. That's why we have to make choice. I have repeatedly told it. But we have to make also gradation of it. Gradation means according to our urgency, we have to make a gradation. That means which want will be given priority, or which want will be fulfilled first, then next, then next, then next. Okay? And which will to be postponed, you can say also. For example, let us take our want for food and medicine is more urgent. Yes or no? Then we can think of other wants. Suppose to go to visit any picture, or to go to mall or picnic, whatever we want to enjoy also. So with limited income, we just have to fulfill our want for food and medicine first. Then we make choice. The next one which will be fulfilled. Thus, Robbins says here, economics is a science of choice. Here we have to make a choice. Otherwise, we can't fulfill our wants. ଯଦି ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱ କ୍ରମରେ ଦେଖାଯିବ, ଅଭାବକୁ ଶ୍ରେଣୀ ବିଭାଜନ କରିବାକୁ ପଡ଼ିବ। କାରଣ ଆମେ ପଢିଲୁ କ'ଣ? ମଣିଷର ଅଭାବ ସୀମାହୀନ ଏବଂ ଏଠି କିନ୍ତୁ ସମ୍ବଳ ହେଉଛି ସୀମିତ। ସମସ୍ତ ଅଭାବ ଗୋଟିଏ ସମୟରେ ପୂରଣ ହୋଇପାରିବ ନାହିଁ। ଆଉ ସମ୍ବଳର ବି ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ବ୍ୟବହାର ଅଛି। ତ ଏଇ ଜାଗାରେ ଆମକୁ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ପଡ଼ିବ ଯେ କେଉଁ ଅଭାବର ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱ ବେଶୀ ବା କେଉଁ ଅଭାବଟିକୁ ଆମେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ପୂରଣ କରିବା ଉଚିତ। କାହିଁକି ନା ସମସ୍ତ ଅଭାବ ପାଇଁ ସମ୍ବଳ ଆମର ପର୍ଯ୍ୟାପ୍ତ ନୁହେଁ। ତ ଉଦାହରଣ ସ୍ୱରୂପ ଆମକୁ ଯଦି ଆମର ଖାଦ୍ୟର ଆବଶ୍ୟକତା ଅଛି, ମେଡିସିନର ଆବଶ୍ୟକତା ଅଛି, ସେହି ସମୟରେ ଆମେ ମାନେ ଦୂର ଜାଗାକୁ ଭ୍ରମଣ କରିବାକୁ ବି ଚାହୁଁଛୁ, ପିକ୍ଚର ଦେଖିବାକୁ ବି ଚାହୁଁଛୁ, ଏଇଭଳି ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାରର ଅଛି। କିନ୍ତୁ ଯଦି ତା ଭିତରେ ଆମେ ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱ ଦେବା, ଦେଖିବା, ନିଶ୍ଚିନ୍ତ ଭାବରେ ଆମର ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ଅଭାବ ଯୋଉଟା ହେଉଛି ସେଇଟା ହେଉଛି ଆମର ମେଡିସିନ ବା ଔଷଧ ଏବଂ ଆମର ଖାଦ୍ୟ। ଆଗେ ତାକୁ ପୂରଣ କରିବା, ତାପରେ ଯେ ଆମେ ଅନ୍ୟ ଅଭାବ କଥା ଚିନ୍ତା କରିବା। ବିଦେଶକୁ ଯିବା କି ନାହିଁ, ବାହାରକୁ ବୁଲିବାକୁ ଯିବା କି ନାହିଁ, ପିକ୍ଚର ଦେଖିବା କି ନାହିଁ, ଏସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ପର ମୁହୂର୍ତ୍ତରେ ପୂରଣ ହବ। କାରଣ ସୀମିତ ସମ୍ବଳ ଆମକୁ କେବଳ ଆମର ଯୋଉଟା ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ଅଭାବ ଅଛି ପୂରଣ କରିବାର ସୁଯୋଗ ଦଉଛି। ତେଣୁକରି ଆମେ କ'ଣ କରିବା? ପ୍ରଥମେ ତାର ଗ୍ରେଡେସନ କରିବା ବା ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱ ଅନୁଯାୟୀ ତାର ବିଭାଜନ କରିବା। ଯୋଉଟା ଆଗ ଜରୁରୀ ଆମ ପାଇଁ ଆମେ ତାକୁ ପୂରଣ କରିବା। ଏହାକୁ ଲକ୍ଷ୍ୟ କରି ରବିନ୍ସ କ'ଣ କହିଲେ? ଏଇଟା ହେଉଛି ଗୋଟେ କ'ଣ? ଚଏସ୍ ଡେଫିନେସନ ବା ଚୟନ ସଂଜ୍ଞା। ରବିନ୍ସ ଦେଇଥିବା ଅର୍ଥନୀତିର ସଂଜ୍ଞାକୁ ଚୟନ ସଂଜ୍ଞା ବୋଲି କୁହାଗଲା ବା ଚଏସ୍ ଡେଫିନେସନ ବୋଲି କୁହାଯାଇଛି। Then we come to the critical analysis of Robbins' definition. Means this definition also criticized by other economists. They also say that in some regard this definition is also not applicable to some extent. So what are the criticisms? Let us see. The first one, in this definition, Robbins has taken into account only the social aspect of economic activities. Okay, what? Social aspect of economic activities. There is no human touch in his definition. Okay? Here he has told that economics is a social science and it is concerned with the study of economic activities of a man in a society. Okay. So in society what happens and how the human being behaves, it is only studied here. But economists cannot remain indifferent to ends. They should not only analyze the economic problem of scarcity of means, but also prescribe policy measures to solve these problems. As a social science, it should be both light bearing and fruit bearing. You remember what it says? This definition does not consider ends. It only socially analyzes. And it has not touched the human behavior. Okay? That's why it is rejected to some extent. Professor Robbins ତାଙ୍କ ସଂଜ୍ଞାରେ କ'ଣ କରିଛନ୍ତି? ଅର୍ଥନୈତିକ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକଳାପର ସାମାଜିକ ଦିଗକୁ କେବଳ ବିଚାରକୁ ନେଇନାହାନ୍ତି। ସେ ଅର୍ଥଶାସ୍ତ୍ରକୁ ଏକ ବିଜ୍ଞାନର ମର୍ଯ୍ୟାଦା କେବଳ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି। ତାଙ୍କ ମତରେ କ'ଣ ଅର୍ଥନୀତିଜ୍ଞ ମାନେ ଲକ୍ଷ୍ୟ ପ୍ରତି ନିରପେକ୍ଷ ହେଇ କେବଳ ମାଧ୍ୟମକୁ ହିଁ ଅଧ୍ୟୟନ କରିବା ବିଧେୟ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଏହା ସର୍ବଦା ଗ୍ରହଣୀୟ ନୁହେଁ। ରାଦର କ'ଣ ହେବା ଦରକାର? ଲକ୍ଷ୍ୟ ସହିତ ତାର ସମାଧାନ ବି କିଭଳି ହେଇପାରିବ ଅର୍ଥନୈତିକ ସମସ୍ୟାର, ତା ଉପରେ ବି ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱ ଦେବା ଦରକାର, ଯୋଉଠିକି ଉଭୟ ଅର୍ଥନୈତିକ ସମସ୍ୟା ଏବଂ ତାର ସମାଧାନ କିଭଳି ହେଇପାରିବ ସେ ବିଷୟରେ କହିବା ଉଚିତ ବା ଆମକୁ ଜଣାଇବା ଉଚିତ, ଯୋଉଟା କି ଏ ସଂଜ୍ଞାରେ ହେଇପାରି ନାହିଁ। ହେଲା, ସେଥିପାଇଁ এই ସଂଜ୍ଞାଟି କିଛି ମାତ୍ରାରେ ଆମର ଯୁକ୍ତିଯୁକ୍ତ ହୋଇପାରୁନାହିଁ ବୋଲି କୁହାଯାଇଛି। ନେକ୍ସଟ ୱାନ୍ ଇଜ ୟୋର Robbins here consider the economic problems, how they arise because of scarcity resources. But according to modern economists, economic problems may arise due to abundance. For the economy as a whole, abundance of goods and services may create economic problems. Sometimes what happens, some economists says the abundance of goods and services may create economic problems. But Robbins has talked about the scarcity of resources. Okay? For example, they have taken that in Great Depression, what happened in 1930s in USA, particularly in capitalistic countries, because of the abundance. ଏଇଠି କ'ଣ ହେଇଛି? ରବିନ୍ସ ତାଙ୍କ ସମ୍ବଳର ଦୁଷ୍ପ୍ରାପ୍ୟତାକୁ ନେଇ କହିଛନ୍ତି ଅର୍ଥନୈତିକ ସମସ୍ୟା ସୃଷ୍ଟି କରେ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଆଧୁନିକ ଅର୍ଥଶାସ୍ତ୍ରୀ ମାନେ ସେ ସମ୍ବଳର ପ୍ରାଚୁର୍ଯ୍ୟ ବିଷୟରେ କହିଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ସମ୍ବଳର ପ୍ରାଚୁର୍ଯ୍ୟ ମଧ୍ୟ ଅର୍ଥନୈତିକ ସମସ୍ୟା ସୃଷ୍ଟି କରିପାରେ। ଖାଲି ଅଭାବ ହେଲେ ଯେ ସୃଷ୍ଟି ହେବ ସେଟା ଭୁଲ ଧାରଣା। ରାଦର କ'ଣ ହୁଏ, ଯଦି ସମ୍ବଳର ପ୍ରାଚୁର୍ଯ୍ୟ ବେଶୀ ହେଇଯାଏ ତାହେଲେ ସିଏ ବି କ'ଣ କରେ, ଅର୍ଥନୈତିକ ସମସ୍ୟା ସୃଷ୍ଟି କରିଥାଏ, ଯୋଉଟା କି ଏଇଠି କିଛି ସେ ବିଷୟରେ କୁହାଯାଇ ନାହିଁ। ହେଲା, ଯାହା ଫଳରେ କ'ଣ ହେଇଯାଏ, ସାମଗ୍ରିକ ଭାବରେ ଯଦି ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା ଅର୍ଥନୈତିକ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା, ଦ୍ରବ୍ୟ ଆଉ ସେବାର ପ୍ରୟୋଜନତା ଆଉ ରହେ ନାହିଁ, ବଜାର ପୁରା ମାନ୍ଦା ଅବସ୍ଥା ହେଇଯାଏ, ଶ୍ରମ ଆଉ ପୁଞ୍ଜି ବେକାର ହେଇଯାଆନ୍ତି, ଆୟ ହ୍ରାସ ପାଏ, ଯୋଉଟା କି 1930s ରେ ଆମେରିକାରେ ହେଇଥିଲା। Particularly if we look at deeply, we can know that not only the scarcity of resources but also the abundance of resources brings economic problems. What already happened in 1930s in USA? Taking this example, the modern economists say that aggregately if we see, the goods and services remains unused and there is a very critical situation, you can say, though the goods are available in the market but there is no money to purchase it or the people cannot buy it. There is no vacancy for employment, and here you find that both the labor and the capital remain unutilized. Or you can say the production process cannot continue at all. Okay, next one. Robbins' definition is scarcity definition, we know. Here he talks about allocation of resources among computing ends or competing ends here. At present, most economists study the problem of economic development. In developing countries particularly, the main problem is how to overcome the problem of scarcity. Okay, for speedy growth. But Robbins' definition does not cover this. Here, it fails. जदि आमे देखिबा रॉबिन्स को संज्ञा को दुष्प्राप्य संबलर आवंटन संपर्क से जहाँ आलोचना करिसंती से केवल दुष्प्राप्यता को केवल अतिक्रम करा जीवो से विषय रे केवल कहिसंती ताहा केवल विकासमुखी अर्थव्यवस्थार होउची गोटे प्रधान समस्या से समस्या केमिति दूर होई परिबो से विषय से किछि कहि पारि नांती सेति संज्ञाटी एठी भी कौन ही जाइछि फेल्युअर ही जाइछि तो रॉबिन्स को संज्ञा एठी भी ग्रहणीय हेई पारि नाही देन लास्ट वन और द यू कैन से दिस इज द लास्ट criticism of Robbins' definition. Another drawback of Robbins' definition is that it is static in content. It concerns itself with the adjustment of given scarce means with ends. It does not encompass dynamics in its fold, either in the means or in the ends. It is purely static. It never considers in dynamic concepts. जदि रॉबिन्स को संज्ञा को देखिबा एटा एक स्थाणु अभाव और साधन मध्य रे जो व्यवस्था अच्छी एक स्थाणु आधार को नहीं ही विचार करा जाइछि एटी समस्यार गतिशीलता संपर्क ने कोनोसी विषय कुआ जाई नाही आमे जानिछु ऑलवेज एन इकोनॉमी इज डायनामिक और इट इज डायनामिज्म इन नेचर तो ऑलवेज जो समस्या गुड़ा आसे सब परिवर्तनशील तेणुक तार समाधान एवं ताकू नहीं कि तार कौन योजना हो पार समस्यार समाधान करा जाई परिबो ए संज्ञा रे कुहा जाई नाही तेणुक रॉबिन्स को संज्ञा को आमे क्रिटिसाइज कले मध्य ये ग्रहणीय कहीं ना इटा गोटे मॉडर्न डेफिनेशन रॉबिन्स को देइचंती जोटा कि अल्टरनेटिवली इट इज एक्सेप्टेड बाय ऑल though there is some criticisms still it is accepted as a modern definition of economics so we have to consider it as the choice definition also it is also an important part of definition chapter okay thank you